So hopefully I'm live now. We have some technical difficulties with the last stream, but I want to jump into it before weekly close. We got about 30 minutes until the weekly close. So hopefully we are live now. I think I am. I actually think I am, man. So we had to start a new stream. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure everything is yeah. So I think everything is good, man. So let me put this out. Let me make sure everybody got or has the link. I had to switch it up a little bit. Copy link, and then we'll get started in a second. I'm looking at right now. We're gonna start with the Forex Factory. I'm gonna look and see what type of data and what type of economic news we have coming out this week, and then we'll get started with the stream because I want to catch some of these trades or get at least have some setups because um let me see new stream link paste. There we go. So right now, what I'm looking at for the market, it's been kind of boring. It's been a very boring weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of needed this boring weekend, man, because it's just been um it's been it's kind of been hard to navigate. I haven't really been trading high leverage, so it's not really haven't really been stressed out or anything about trading or something like that. But for the most part, trying to figure out what direction Bitcoin wants to go, so then we can kind of build our longs or build some type of swing trades going into Q4. But it hasn't been that apparent yet. But we'll figure it out. Right now, what I'm looking at is Forex Factory. So we'll start over here and let's see. We'll just go through and see what we have coming up this week. We got a lot of FOMC members speaking on Monday. We got Chair Powell speaks on Tuesday at 12:35 p.m. This is all Eastern time, so that would most likely do a little bit of something to the markets. Wednesday, more Fed members speak, new home sales. That's not really going to do anything for the crypto market. Thursday, we have final GDP quarter over quarter, and then we have unemployment claims. And then I thought we had PC. Yeah, and then Friday we have core PCE price index coming at 8:30 a.m. And then we have another Fed member speaking. So we'll continue to watch that. It's not really too much that's going to move the market when it comes to or that we can forecast data wise or economics or in the economy. There we go. So we'll continue to watch that. I want to talk about some charts. Let me make sure we locked in and tuned in because it was something I wanted to talk about over on. Well, I was talking about some different coins over in the Telegram. Make sure you guys come to the Telegram, the Cool Kids Alpha Club. We were looking at this all weekend. Like the market has been kind of boring, but this Aster, we've been watching Aster, so this is a pretty much a live trading analysis live stream. So I'm gonna be trading on right now. I'm trading over on 2Bit. Let me go to derivatives. So I want to try to see what happens. We got about 30 minutes to the weekly close. So I want to see what happens going into the weekly close. Let's see who we got in the chat. Let me make sure. I apologize, man. I was using StreamYard. It's a program called StreamYard, but they just keep going up in price every month. Like, what are we doing here? Why do we keep going up every month? That's like everything is going up. TradingView keeps going up like $2 every month. Everything is going up every month. Okay, here we go. We got Joe. Joe, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Coming over. We got Brave Dave. Hey yo, what's up, Brave Dave? Wix Wi-Fi 89, of course. Alexandra G. Okay, let's get started. We got the family here. So we can start talking about some trades, talking about some crypto analysis, what I see right now. Let's actually go to TradingView. We'll come back to this degenerate plays in a minute. That's actually not a degenerate play. A lot of the decentralized perp exchanges and a lot of the decentralized trading platforms, I think that's a narrative that will continue going into Q4. So we'll watch that. We'll look at that in a minute. Like Hype, Aster, I think that's how you pronounce it. It was another one, MYX, that went crazy a couple weeks ago or last week. So we'll continue to watch that. But for Bitcoin, let's start on a weekly time frame and see what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Right now, we're sitting at 115,364. If I go to the daily, I can get a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm looking at, let me see, for Bitcoin is we've been holding this trend line. This trend line that we started. If you've been watching my videos, well, if you haven't, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what we've been watching. We've been watching this trend line that started from the beginning of September. This started all the way back September 1st, where we got our lower coming in about 107,370, give or take. So we just been moseying along this trend line, bouncing along this trend line. See, we had a bounce here, another bounce here, another bounce. Now it looks like we're trying to figure out if we're going to hold it, going into this weekly close / new week. So we got the FOMC over with, and then we had some forward guidance. The forward guidance was that we are going to get possible or probably 2 more rate cuts. So with those 2 more rate cuts, you know how the market is. The market is usually forward looking. The market is usually going to price in those rate cuts. So over the next week or so, I'll be watching the market closely to see if those are going to be priced in soon, or if it's something that's going to be something that we're going to price in a little bit more leading up to it. But I don't think that we're going to get any type of crazy movement out of the market from rate cuts for the rest of the year, unless we start getting bad economic data, which makes them have to cut 50 or more. But then we also would have to look for if bad news starts to become bad news. So it's a very slippery slope that we're walking right now for Bitcoin. Right now, we really just want to get back above this $116,300 level, give or take, that we've been watching. I mean, we've been watching that level basically all summer going into the fall. This $116,000 level. So, like I said, we're under it a little bit. It's really not too much to talk about for Bitcoin. We have another level coming in at about that 113.5. I think we have some liquidations down there. We'll look at the liquidation heat map possibly a little bit later. But for Bitcoin, I really just want to reclaim levels. I want to reclaim 116. And then if we can just get back into the range of 116 to 120 and hold that. We haven't been holding this 116K level. Like we came above it here. This was what? At the end of August, got rejected. Came all the way down 107. Now it seems like we're trying. We're building up pressure. We're making higher lows. But we want to come and hold this level here. Like I said, at 116 it's pretty much decision time. We got to start making a decision soon. So I was watching another person who I like, I like his TA, and he was saying, which I'm in agreement with, we have a couple different scenarios that could play out for Bitcoin. We could either bounce, like I said, retake that 116K level, get back up to this 120K level, which is the most pivotal level that we have in crypto right now when it comes to the bull run. We have to get back above this. We have to get back above this $120,000 level and hold it. Like we got above it here, didn't hold it. Harsh rejection. Got above it here, didn't hold it. Didn't close the daily. Got above it here, didn't close the daily. Look at these wicks. Look at these wicks. So much selling pressure above that $120,000 level. So this is the most important level for the bulls to get back above. Right now, I mean, anything under there, we're just hovering around, seeing what Bitcoin is going to do. We can possibly come back down to 113, possibly even come back down to, 110. We have a lot of price action. Let's actually do this. We have a lot of price action around this area here. What's this? Coming in at about 111 to 110.5. So even if we did something like that, we could just be making what? A higher low if we came from that low at the beginning of September. So we can watch out for something like that. But really, I'm really not looking for anything too much when it comes to the downside. I think the downside pressure is not as much right now since we got that rate cut behind us. I want to see us reclaim that 120. Once we can do that, convincingly hold possibly a few days and a weekly, I think that's the time to go all in. And then the clock will be ticking. The clock will be ticking. Then we'll know, okay, we have this amount of time. If you believe in the cycle, if you believe that, crypto is going to top sometime in Q4, possibly early Q1, that'll be the time to really start going a little bit heavier. The market is going to tell us what to do. And that's what I keep, trying to preach to my community. What are your thoughts on shorting Aster? Oh, I was just looking at that. We'll talk about that. Matter of fact, let's go over here because Joe is my guy and he'll do it for me if I ask. So Aster right now, this was the talk all weekend. like that's one thing about crypto, Joe. Like if it's a boring weekend or if it's a boring week or anything is happening, it's always something. It's always something that we can look at. It's always something that we can trade. So we don't really have what am I on? I think this is Binance. Yeah. So this is on the 4 hour. Let's go to the hourly. So I did draw this out a little bit earlier. It is a level that I'm looking at, Joe, coming in at about $1.30 to $1.35 that I would potentially look for long. So right now, it's kind of like if you didn't catch this move here, like we had this trend, we going. Possibly, I mean, you something like I'm not really a head and shoulder guy, but I'm just looking at it. Possibly somewhat of a head and shoulder here. Break that neckline, came all the way back down to our support line here, which we created some price action here. So I mean, it's kind of in no man's land from here or right here. Trading this. If we come down here, it depends on how we start to react with this 132. If we lose this 132, breakdown retest, oh, the short is on. The short is on. But if we come down here and then we get some sort of a bounce, we get some bullish candles coming in, then it's a long. So right now, Joe, what I'll be looking at, and this is just strictly our price action, what I'm looking at is sitting on my hands for this. It will be a little risky to go short here for me. I'll be looking to see if we come back down to this area, this 130 to 130, let's say about 130 to 134, 135 area, and see how it reacts around that area. Because these moves or a lot of these coins, we're talking about Aster. Another one I was looking at was Somi. This one, and then another one I was looking at was MYX, which went up from like I was looking at this at like 92 cents too. And then it went to $18. I was sick for like 4 hours because I was about to buy some. I don't remember who was talking about it, but I seen it, and then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get risky. And then it just ended up going from like 94 cents to like almost $20 the following couple days. I was kind of sick. I usually don't get emotional when it comes to the market, but I was a little bit sick because I was like, oh God, if I would have just took, I had like $1,000 on 2bit. This is where I'm trading right now on 2bit. And it's just like fun money. I've been like trading with like 20x leverage. That would have been like a 6-figure trade if I would have got in. But it's neither here nor there as crypto. It'll be other opportunities. But the ones that are on my radar for big moves, and we also talked about this in the Telegram, was this MYX and this Somi. Arrow has been doing some big moves. So we'll continue to watch that. But really what I'm looking at is Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, the market right now is I want to get a clearer picture. I want to get a clearer direction. I thought we were going to get some sort of a clearer move, either up or down after FOMC. Not the day of, maybe a couple days later. So Thursday, Friday. So probably like Friday. I thought we were going to get a clear move either to the upside or the downside. I kind of knew that we were going to have some whipsaw action leading up to FOMC and then a little bit after. But maybe 24 to 48 hours, I thought we were going to get some sort of clearer direction. So let me actually go back to Bitcoin because this is going to just, this is going to dictate what happens with altcoins in the short term. And I think if Bitcoin does not take the shine, I keep reiterating this every video. I think if Bitcoin does not take the shine, if Bitcoin dominance does not start to go up and Bitcoin starts to go up, and like we talked about, get back above that 120, which chart was I using? That $120,000 line, then I don't think altcoins are going to hold a significant bid, even if they're starting to outperform Bitcoin. I don't think they're going to just shoot up the way we want, the way we have been used to, the way we've been accustomed to thinking about altcoin season. And have you guys seen that altcoin season index? Like it was at like 80, 85, and it was like 8 coins pumping. I'm sitting here like, come on now. But then I looked to see how they calculated it, and it was like the top 50 coins only get calculated within that altcoin season. So I'm like, that's not even, I don't want to see that. Unless you're only looking at the top 50. It's so many coins. This market is so different. I've just put out a video earlier. Make sure you guys go watch that. I put out a video earlier talking about how different this market cycle is and why people are not making money. A lot of people have not transitioned, or a lot of people have not, what's the word that I'm looking for? They haven't adjusted to this market. This market has been very, very different. Dave Digital, what's up, man? How you doing? Like 7 is the Dave Digital in the building. All Set, what's up, All Set? How you doing, All Set, man? That's my guy too. Dave Digital, man. I met him out in Vegas. Very, very cool guy. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Make sure you hit the like and a subscribe while you when you come in or when you're going out. helps the channel, helps the algo. We've been trying to grow. YouTube is a grind, you know what I mean? And I came to this realization, and we'll get back to the charts in a second. Like my live streams are just gonna be kind of like personable, and just talking to the community, talking to everybody. But I'll give you this quick story about YouTube, and then we'll get back to the chart. So YouTube, I was looking at, I was working with some of the biggest people in crypto, looking at their numbers, looking at all their views and this and that, and I was just trying to like emulate a lot of the things they were doing. And I was kind of getting away from who I am and what I do. You know what I mean? And that's why people, came and subscribed to the channel in the first place. So going forward, I don't really care about views and all that. I don't really make money off YouTube and all this. I want to focus on community. I really want to focus on the cool kids. I want to focus on getting everybody in a position to win. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I have a different perspective about the markets, and I'm real. Like a lot of people not real. They need them clicks. They need you to do this. They need you. They're extracting. That's not me. That's not me. So I want to come give the most, to the community. I want to start focusing focusing more on community and less than or less views and clickbait and all that other stuff, man. I don't care about that no more, man. I really don't. I love making content. Well, I really want to, help people, and I feel like that's my calling. So that's why I'm still here on YouTube, and that's why I think, we're going to start shifting more towards a community based channel as opposed to just putting videos out just to put videos out. So appreciate everybody who's been stopping by. Um, let's see, Dave Digital. I feel you on that. Nobody was doing anything I wanted to do. Then we started simple terms, exactly what I wanted to do. Man, it's no. Yeah, very true, Dave. Very true, man. So FD, I hope you're having a relaxing Sunday. I am. I'm having a very good Sunday. Actually, I went. What did I do today? I went to the gym. I go to the gym almost every day though, but I went to the gym today. My kids have spent the night over their auntie's house, my wife's sister's house, so we didn't have any kids. And I just been here making content and looking at the charts, trying to trade, trying to get some money, man. That's pretty much it. But like I said, back to Bitcoin, like we're still like not really doing nothing. I really want to take this into the weekly close / weekly open. So we got about 17 minutes, and usually we get a lot of or a little bit more volatility coming in. Let's actually see what happened last Sunday. What am I on? I'm on the hourly. Let's go to the daily. Let's see what we were doing a couple Sundays. Let's look at a couple Sundays and look and see what type of volatility we got. Okay, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, 115 high, 116. So we were in like $1,000 range last Sunday. Sunday before that, high was 111, 664, 110, 1. So we've been getting pretty much like $1,000 ranges the past couple Sundays. Today, one like a $400-500 range. So I think volatility will come back probably tomorrow. Stock market has been going crazy. Gold looks like it wants to continue to rally. Crypto is the only one, like, we have had some outliers, but crypto, we'll say Bitcoin, hasn't really been rallying like we wanted to. So I think we'll get some sort of volatility, and then we'll get some good trades going. Like I said, we're gonna post more into the Telegram. I'm trying to make the Discord, but I want to make the Discord a little bit different. Everybody has sort of like a similar Discord, so I don't want to do it like that. I want it to be a little bit different. So we'll look at that. FD, join FD. Yep. Thank you, Alexandra G, Dave Digital. Consolidation gets me wrecked. Yeah. And I'll tell you why consolidation gets you wrecked and me. And then we'll talk about Ethereum, because I want to talk about Ethereum, Solana, and we'll talk about some more layer ones and some other things that's on my radar. But when it's no volatility and this is just in my case, when there's no volatility and nothing is really happening, I start to over leverage because I need movement. I need like some, I'm trying to get some profits. So if we're going to like 115 to like 115.5K, I'm putting on like 20-30x leverage. So that little bitty move, you know what I mean, of be big. That's what I'm trying to do. So a lot of times they lull people in to start using higher leverage with not a lot of volatility, and then boom, they come and wash you out. So just be careful of that, because that happened to me a couple of times. a couple weeks ago. I think I was like long in ADA or Gala, something like that, and it was like really no volatility. I mean, ADA has been in a range for like, oh my god, a long time. You know what I mean? I'm getting bored with ADA, but we'll talk about that on another video. And then I tried to like over leverage. I think I did like a 35x, and then it was just like boom, I got liquidated really quick, but it wasn't a lot. So it still was a little bit like painful because it's, anytime I get liquidated, if I get stopped out, it's different. But when I get liquidated, it's like, oh God, what am I doing? You're just like, what are you doing? That's kind of like gambling for me because it's just like, all right, I'm gonna open this trade and then I don't care if it get liquidated. That's like gambling to me. I usually go into trading with a plan, stop loss, take profit two, take profit three. I usually have like two take profits. I don't usually have three, but I usually have a stop loss. But it is what it is. So let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum is pretty straightforward as well. A lot of these coins have been pretty straightforward. Dave Digital says, I don't think that's getting liquidated. I think that's getting into a trade with what you're willing to lose and then letting your liquidation be yourself. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's like the psychology of it for me, Dave, is just like I became robotic when it came to trading or when it comes to trading that it's like outside the norm for me to not put a stop loss in. Like I had to make myself like a cyborg when it comes to trading. That's how I became better and more profitable when I just was robotic about it. No matter what it was, I put a stop loss. No matter what it did, what was going on, I put a stop loss. And then just for me personally, when I don't pull a stop loss, I feel a little bit weird. So that's just for me. So I feel yeah, that is true though. That is true though, Dave. But Dave, shout out to Dave. I've seen the work and I've seen you, your TA, and it's how you've been progressing and getting better over the past few months, man. So shout out to Dave. We got Joe in the building, one of the best TA guys on the interweb. So shout out to Joe too. I'm always watching him and getting tips from him as well because he's a little bit more advanced than me when it comes to like trading and things like that. But we both kind of have like the same idea when it comes to watching the charts, price action. That's really I go off price action. Sometimes I use indicators, but for the most part, price action. But I say my superpower in trading, which is why I'm, I would say mildly successful, profitable, is that I stick to my guns and I stick to being a cyborg, robotic. If my trade is not working out, I'm out. If a trade is working out, I hold it, or I just stick to my rules. I feel like that's the number one thing, and that's why a lot of people do not you know make it in trading because they don't stick to the rules. But Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum, and this is what I'm looking at. And I'm really looking at levels. I'm really not going to get too intricate when it comes to some of these coins right now because we're really not moving too much, but we just keep getting rejected. Let's actually go to the 4 hours so we can see a little bit more. Look at this harsh rejection that we got from 4,500. So that is what it is. It's telling you, the charts tell you a story. 4,500 rejected, 4,500 rejected, 4,500 rejected. I mean, we got a little bit above it, but look, rejection. These are 4 hour candles, 4 hour candles. So it's showing me, and we're coming from this downtrend. I mean, even if let's go to the hourly so I can see a few more candles and get a little bit more. I mean, it just looks like we're forming some sort of a triangle here, some sort of symmetrical triangle here, which coming from this small downtrend could be taken as a bear flag, but I'm really not I'm really not in the camp of bull and bear flags right now unless they're like evident. If this was coming from like a major move down and then it was consolidating like this, you know, I would, even if we had like a higher high here, if this was a higher high getting a little bit past this 45.10, if this was a higher high, that would be more clear of a bull flag or bear flag rather. But right now I just let the markets tell me what it wants to do, and I'm really using horizontals for a lot of these bigger caps. So it's really just a few lines that I'm looking at. My chart might be getting a little bit messy, but this $4,500 area for Ethereum is really key right now. So I'm trying to see maybe Band-Aid. Maybe Band-Aid. What's up? How you doing? I don't have my glasses. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's put some glasses on and we can see the chat a little bit better. Still trying to learn how to use this streaming software. So I'm looking at the chat from on my phone. But like I said, Ethereum, we're hovering right below this $4,500 level. And how I would play it, how I am playing it right now until the market shows me that it wants to act a little bit different is I'm looking for my strategy. And this is the strategy that worked in crypto. I know it's coined. I mean, I know people use this strategy, but I coined it something to my liking. I call it the reclaim, retest, react, the R3 strategy. And what does that mean? So basically for Ethereum, what we're looking at, this $4,500 level here is very much been a major area of support and resistance. So we got rejected here, rejection here, and then we just got another rejection a few hours ago. So this is what I will be looking at. We're on the hour time frame. So I want to get in trades and out of trades. I'm not really holding trades too much unless we have like a catalyst. That has been one of the reasons why we get like massive pushes. We'll have like some sort of catalyst, and then we'll have a multi-day or a week long run. We had one for Ethereum. We had another one for Solana a couple weeks ago. And now that's what I'm looking for another one. AVAX has just started to move again. So for this, and these are my rinse and repeat base hit plays that I'm looking for this week. Reclaim 4,500, retest. Right now I'm on the hourly, but I'll be looking on a smaller time frame, probably like the 5 minute, maybe even the 2 minute. But this is why I'm going to be scalping. Retest, reclaim, and then this is when we get react. That's our point. That's what we do. We react. So we'll be looking for this. We had a high here. We had another high here. High, lower high, lower high. So the lower high will come in at what? 45.36, 45.35, give or take, somewhere in this area here. And what do we have? A horizontal coming in perfect confluence. Resistance, support, resistance, 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 then support. So that's what I've been looking at. I've been looking for, I'm not trying to do all type of mathematical equations. I'm not trying to come here and overcomplicate trading. I'm trying to come in, look for my setups. My setups are ABC 1, 2, 3 elementary setups. If I don't see my setups, I'm not trading. And that's why I can out trade some of the people who come with all these indicators and do all that, because they're just trading to be trading. I'm only taking my trades, my ABC elementary trades. Of course, we do have, some indicators. I use Market Cipher sometimes. I use Chart Prime. Sometimes I pull some fibs here and there, but for the most part, I'm doing price action. Of course, I look at candles too. I look at candlesticks too, especially once we get breakouts. I look at volume, things like that. And also, one of the things that I use is my volume profiles. Got to have my volume profiles that we use. And shout out to Frankie Candles, man. He was using these for a while, and he put me up on these. So I've been using these for about a year now, year and a half, and this has definitely helped my trading a lot. So that's what I'm looking for Ethereum. And I mean, even if you traded it like, okay, reclaim, retest, react, let's say we did come up to this horizontal and we started to get rejected. I mean, this could be TP1. We could do it like this, TP1. But if we did break above here, now we broke above this downtrend. Now we're trying to start breaking out of this downtrend and moving up. So how I would play it is taking some profits, of course, because this market has been telling us time and time again to take your profits. Then I would hold possibly a moon bag to get back above here, and possibly, if the market starts to get frothy again, you could just ride it up. But the market hasn't really shown me that. And, you can take 2 trades from that area too. You can take that 1 trade. Let me show you what I'm doing. This is just my thinking. You see how it's scattered like this? This is how it is in my brain. So let me show you what I'm thinking. Let's draw it all over again, because I want to take it step by step of what I think might happen, if it happens. I mean, of course, we can go down here. I'll be looking for a trade down here at 43, 43.80 to 43.50, somewhere in that area. 43.70, somewhere in that area. So we got 2 paths. I want to see this retest, reclaim, retest, react. You could take your profit there. That's a scalp trade. Or you can wait till we get back above here. Remember we talked about this horizontal, that we had all this price action back here? Look at all this price action that we had in September. getting back above there. Actually, let's pull that back. Getting back above there. Now, I want to hold this trade because this has been a major area of support and resistance coming in at about 4,500. We start getting the market back frothy. We start getting Bitcoin, moving again past that 116.5, 116.3 to 116.5 area. Now I'm really trying to get in some trades and I'm really trying to activate trade mode. It's not easy mode yet. This is not easy mode, easy trading yet. But if Bitcoin, like we talked about, can start to reclaim this 116.3 to 116.5K area, but ultimately getting back up. Let me pull this back down. Let me just show you. It's easier if I show you. We can get back in here. We'll have a little bit of resistance coming in, like I said, around 117. If we can get back anywhere in this area, and we're watching Bitcoin dominance, if Bitcoin dominance stays where it's at or keeps going down, then a lot of the plays or a lot of the moves that we're looking at in altcoins will play out. So it is predicated on Bitcoin. It is predicated on Bitcoin dominance. But like I said, Ethereum, we have to look at the coins that have been moving. Everybody has hope is not a strategy. We got to sit back, step back, see what has been moving, see what in the past, and when I say in the past, I mean like over the last few weeks, when that coin moves, does it move violently or does it just mosey along? I kind of want those coins that have been moving violently, 8, 9, 10% per in a day. I want those. I want to get in those. So some of the coins that have done that, we're looking at Solana. We're going to look at Solana. Link was trying to break out. It just could not break out. We're going to look at Link too. Virtual had a nice move. We've been talking about Virtual since like 13 cents. We sold at $4 and a little bit of change, but we've been trading Virtual. Shout out to Sistine Research. He got us in there at 8. I think it was 8 or 11 cents, and we rolled that up all the way to the beginning of 2025. But let's take a look. Oh, and then we had the ones that we talked about in the Telegram. If you're not in the Telegram, come over to the Telegram. We talked about MYX. This is another one that moves. Look at these moves. Like look at these moves. These are hour candles. These are hourly candles. Look at these moves. So this is another thing that's been pretty straightforward. MYX, put this on your radar as well. Get to flipping this again. This $10, $11 area. Look at this. Look at all of this on the volume profile. Nothing but space and opportunity in this area. So this could be another thing that you can look at. Let me put it like that. This can be something else that you can put on your radar. Put it like that. Nope. Let's actually restart it sometimes. There we go. So this is something else that you can look at. Look at these gaps. When you see these gaps, that means if it can flip, if it can get above this volume node, the probability of it touching that next volume node is very high. So, going from like 10 to 13 will be pretty quick. Going from like 13 up to 16, 17, 18 will be fairly quick. So, I mean, you could just look at the chart. Look at these moves. Like, look what happened when we broke above here, and it was just like the sky is the limit. Sky. But it does look a little bit bearish because we did flip this $10.50 area into resistance right now. So even if we look at a short, let's say the market turns bearish, a little bit bearish in the short term, we have to be multidimensional when it comes to trading. We can start looking at this. And then if this happens, this short is going to be like very easy. This will be a very easy short because we built no structure basically coming up from, we had a little bit of structure coming in about $4 and we had some around 8 a little bit. But for the most part, it went from basically $3 to like 18 and 18.50 fairly quick, maybe like a couple days. So it takes the stairs up. This one kind of took the elevator up, and it's probably going to take the elevator down if the market does start to get a little bit bearish. So if the market gets a little bit bearish, coins like these that had massive runs will probably fall and fall quick. It was one that I saw that fell very quick. And then I want to look at some other things. What's up? What is OVR? It's up 16% today. Like, I have no idea what that is. I had to look that up. Like, things like that, low liquidity, low market cap, then, they just pop out of nowhere. Nobody could probably foresee that happen unless they're insiders. We're getting a small little sell off going into what? Okay, weekly close. Let's see how we close the week. Let's see. So right now, Bitcoin still hovering around this 115.3. So we closed about 115.3K on the week. So let's see if we can. It's really not any movement. I wanted to come on here and do some live trading over on 2Bit. I've been using 2Bit. And if you look in the link, I got a $50 deposit bonus. All you got to do is sign up and you get $50 USDT futures bonus to trade for free. No strings attached. Get you a $50 bonus. Never open 2Bit again if you don't want to. But if you like it, continue to use it. That's what I wanted to tell them. I said, I'm not about to just keep pushing stuff. We need something to get people to come over and try it out without their own money. Can we get a deposit bonus? They said, yeah, we'll give you $50. So get you a free $50 trade over on 2Bit. Link will be in the description. But I was trying to trade. I've been looking at, what's this? So Bitcoin right now, coming in at about 115. Like I said, 115, 243 over on this exchange. It's not really too much to look at for trading. I really want to wait and trade when the market is easy mode. So this is what you talked about over in the Telegram as well. I'll show you what I was talking about in the Telegram. Give me a second. Over on the Telegram, let me see. Let me go up. If you're not in the Telegram, make sure you come over to the Telegram, the Cool Kids Alpha Club. We've been talking about easy mode, and this is what I've been waiting on. So we put a 12-minute AVAX video up early, so make sure you guys go over and look at that AVAX video. This is the video I was talking about. You haven't made money in crypto, and you're running out of time. It's a good video. It's a good video to watch. Go watch that after we get off this live stream. But this here. So I passed this in March. This $100,000 funded account. I haven't really traded it like that because I've been waiting on easy mode, and this market has been kind of throwing me for a loop when it comes to like holding positions a little bit longer or seeing when altcoin season is coming. So I think going into the tail end of this week and then going into Q4, I'm going to really put my effort into trading this. This was hard too. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't hard in a sense of just trading, but this is just a testament to how I trade. You have to make 10% before you lose 6%. So I had to make $10,000, and then they will, before I lost $6,000, and then they gave me $100,000 to trade with. And it took me 2 months. It took me 2 months to trade this or to pass this evaluation because I've been just base hits. And that's where it comes. That's where my psychology and my robotic trading strategy comes in. So I'm using this, or I will probably use this. I wanted to use it more like another income stream, but I've been seeing how people have been making so much money. So I said I'm gonna kind of up the stakes a little bit going into easy mode. So we'll see if that happens going into Q4, where we get some type of sustainable altcoin runs, some sustainable altcoin season, not the altcoin season that they're saying we are now, and then we'll trade this. So stay tuned to that. We're gonna see if we can double that at least. I think I'm down like $400 right now, but that's nothing to get out of. Let's see what the chat is saying. 2Bit works good. Yeah, 2Bit works good. 2Bit works good. Let's go down. Andrew. Okay. And let's see what you guys are saying. I missed that thing. JR in the building. What's up, JR? JR. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you for coming over. Retro Mike Tech in the building. That's my guy, Retro Mike Tech. Me and Retro Mike Tech was over on X talking about net worths, man. He's talking about, I got some decimals in my net. Mike Tech, we know you rich, man. Don't play with us. All that mining and all that stuff you got over there. Probably got $1 million worth of miners over there. Talking about you don't have no money, man. We know what's up, man. Andrew Ingram, I rolled my MYX to 12 to 16. Thanks for a call out on Telegram. No problem, Andrew. No problem. Yeah, okay, yeah. We talked about that on Telegram. We said be watching out because when it moves hard. No problem, man. Appreciate you for coming over. Thank you for coming over. We try to make some calls. I feel like if I really, really lock in, like I've been locked into like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, some of the top coins. I really haven't went down the rabbit hole or the risk curve this cycle. At the beginning of the cycle, we did a little bit like early 2024, and then going towards the tail end of 2024 when we were in easy mode. That was easy mode. When we got the election and all you had to do was press buy and stuff was going up, that's easy mode. And this is what I've been waiting on to try to double this really quick. I feel like if we get into easy mode, something like that again, I can double this in like 2 weeks. But back to the charts. Let's see what you guys are saying, John. Hello, Nikki signing up now. I don't know if that's my wife or not, Nikki. You should have been signed up. We live together. We're married. Why haven't you signed up? What's going on? Just open, all set. What's up? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I like that idea. 1 to 2 hours should have answer. Same. Okay, so I see you guys are talking about. So right now, what are you looking at? What are you looking at for the market? JR has a good eye for the market. All set. What are you guys looking at for the crypto market? What do you think we do this week? That's what I really want to come in and see what we're gonna do. And it's really just a matter. And this has been working for me. I don't know what you guys have been doing, but what's been working for me is these key levels, and then this reclaim, retest, react. So right now for Bitcoin, even if we look at just over the past couple weeks, I mean, you had to take your money, you had to take your profits. It's not hold and go to sleep mode, but we have been doing this. We've been reclaiming this 116, retesting it on smaller time frames, and then we, take some profits. We lost it. You don't even have to short. A lot of people don't like to short. I used to be like that. Then what do we do again? We reclaim, retest on a smaller time frame, and then we went up. And then once the market shows you that it's getting a little bit bearish, take profits. So what are we looking at again? Rinse and repeat. This is what I keep preaching, rinse and repeat. So we didn't get above it here. We got rejected. So what do I be looking at? I'll be looking for a reclaim, retest, and another react, depending on if we get here, which is this high over here, or depending if we try to come and take this high out, which was on Thursday after we got the FOMC rate decision. So that's what I'll be looking at, those areas for upside if we do reclaim that $116,000 level. And then to the downside, I'm just kind of I'm not in short mode right now. If we start to fall, I'm letting the cards, or I'm letting the market fall, as it may or as it will. So that's what I'm just looking at for Bitcoin. My strategy is not complicated at all. This is why I think, and this is why I can say for a certainty that it can be emulated, because it's not difficult at all to just look at some of these. The reclaims, I'm telling you, in crypto, that is the number one thing to do. Even if you just take that one thing, that one strategy, reclaims, retest. It's not really it's not really breakouts either. I do breakouts sometimes, like bull flag breakouts, or it's kind of like a breakout retest, basically. But I usually take it from an area that is a major area of support and resistance. Not just any area, a major area of support and resistance. That's where the probabilities of that strategy works out best. JR says simplicity is the best. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. And when it's not JR, I just do not trade. When I don't see, or when I don't feel like my simple strategy will work, I just won't trade. And sentiment has been one of the things that I've been looking at. And the sentiment, 2 days we're bullish, we're going back to the moon. The next 2 days we're bearish, everybody's quitting crypto, the top is in. And then next 2 days, nobody's talking about crypto. Like, crypto has been very quiet this weekend, and we're not getting a lot of movement. So I think something is going to happen this week where we give some sort of direction for the rest of September. And if you don't know my thesis, then we're going to pretty much wrap it up. So if you don't know my thesis, I think this is what I think. Let me know what you guys think. I think we will get some sort of run in Q4, maybe mid-October, late October, November, December, possibly going into Q1. Then 2026, early 2026, I think if the job market, or I do think that if the job market starts to deteriorate like it's deteriorating now, or at a faster pace, we start getting more unemployment claims over 300K. We start getting the unemployment rate going up. I think bad news will start being bad news, and that will be the catalyst for us to go into a bear market. Bear market, quote, bear market. But I don't think that bear market is going to be like past bear markets. Just like this crypto bull market is not like past bull markets, I think the bear market is not going to be like past bear markets. I don't think Bitcoin is going down 70, 80%. I don't think that. I think 45 to 60%, I think we'll draw down. So even if the top is in, say we got to 124, we go down 50%. What's that? What's 120? 60, somewhere 60, 70,000, which is what? Prior all-time high. A prior all-time high. So, and another thing is we do have a new Fed chair that's coming in May, who is probably going to be a pawn of Trump. And he's going to do whatever Trump says. And Trump wants a booming stock market, a booming economy, and he wants to outgrow inflation. And that's going to rocket assets. So I think we have short term. I think we have a couple. This is the plan. Let me know what you think. Right now it's September 21st. I think from now until maybe the first week of October, we'll get some type of lull period, maybe down, maybe up a little, maybe down a little. Going towards mid to late October, and this may not play out at all, but this is just what I feel, So if I'm wrong, let me know. Mid October, I think we start to get that push. I think something happens where we start to get that push. In October, we do have, keep these on your radar. We have a Solana ETF that needs to be approved or denied. We have XRPs, ETFs that need to be approved or denied. So maybe that is a catalyst for the market to get a little bit more frothy. And I'm sure it'll be other things, other fundamental things that happen in the market to where the market starts to get a little bit more frothy again. Nothing's going to happen if Bitcoin is not above 120. That's the line, 120K. That's what we need to get above, hold a couple dailies and a weekly above 120K. Once we do that, which I think we'll do that sometime in the mid-October, I think Bitcoin is going to go for one final push. Let's actually look at Bitcoin dominance, because I think Bitcoin is going to go for one final push. Not sure how high. Hopefully 140, 150. I'm not in the camp of 200. Not yet. It's coming. Not yet. Maybe we get another push, a little past 124, maybe 135, 140. Then I think Bitcoin dominance really starts to roll over, and then we get some sort of sustained altcoin season where not just a few alts run, not all alts run, but more than what has been running. We don't just have outliers. I think we get more altcoins running. I think we get the layer ones running. I think we get the decentralized perp exchanges running. Narratives, certain narratives that have been doing good. I think those run. Of course, we'll have some meme coins and things like that. I think Solana is gonna, go back, towards $300, which is inevitably going to be a proxy for the meme coin. So if you get profits, if you take some profits and put them into meme coins or try to gamble in the casino, I think that's what I'm gonna do. But then I think sometime, possibly December, January, the market is a little bit frothy going into December, January. Then that's when I think the bad news becomes bad news. Then I think the market starts to take it like that. We start to get pullbacks. We start to get scared a little bit, talking about the R word, the recession. That's going to be the catalyst for a bear market, I think. Then I think a few months maybe might go along. We start getting a slow draining bleed in Bitcoin and some assets. I don't think it's going to last long, though. Like I said, Trump is going to get, or Jerome Powell is out of there. New Fed chairs coming in. They're going to slash rates. Liquidity coming into the markets. The liquidity coming to the economy. Phase 2 is in 2026. Late mid to late 2026. So I think the bear market is going to be very short. I don't think it's going to be a year like, it has been. That was a little bit drawn out. I apologize. But that's just what I think. but we're gonna be like Jerome Powell and be kind of data dependent. I hate when he says that, but I'm gonna be fluid, when it comes to the market. And I do have price points where I'm gonna sell. I don't have my portfolio pulled up. I'll pull it up next stream so I can let you see what I'm holding. Not the actual value, but I'll let you see what I'm holding. But most of it, my profits, I have take profit levels. Like I can show you what I have for AVAX. We talked about this in the Telegram. Where's AVAX at? Um, just had AVAX. Here it is. So AVAX right now, I'm holding AVAX spot. We talked about this right at our line. Look at this. Right at our line. I drew this like I don't even remember when I drew this. Right at our line. $32.63. So for AVAX, I know a lot of people think AVAX can go to back to $100, $150. I think so too, eventually. I don't care. I'm selling AVAX up here. I'm selling AVAX. Well, the majority of my AVAX, I'm selling anywhere between $45 and $55. Even if we start going like back up to our cycle high, which is $65, and I think our all-time high might be like what, 150? Let me see what the all-time high is. All-time high is 150. I'm securing profits. Even if I just set a stop loss or set a trailing stop loss, not really trailing because I wouldn't be actively trading it, but if I just set a stop loss, let's say we got up to $50, I set a stop loss at 45. I'll take the $45 because I've been in AVAX since like $9. So if you could correlate this to some coin that you've been in, we'll talk about it. If you want to talk about some of your coins, come over to the Telegram, put it in there, and I'll analyze it. But I'm looking to sell. But I say that to say this: I'm selling back into Bitcoin. I'm selling back into Bitcoin. Of course, I'm going to take some money, some fiat, some dirty money, some fiat, and put it up. I'm not one of those Bitcoin only people. I have a bank account. I've invested in other things. I got some high yield savings, some dividend accounts that I'm starting to try to pump up. But the majority of my net worth is going back into Bitcoin. If it's in crypto, it's going to stay in crypto via USDT, probably USDC because they get a little bit more yield, and Bitcoin and a little bit of XRP. So everything else, I'm probably going to sell. I have price points where I want to sell, and the price points are not even that high right now. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people want all these coins to go to infinity, and I think they eventually will. I think like AVAX. Just speaking about AVAX, I think AVAX is going to go to like $300, $400, $500 at some point in the future. But I don't think now is the time, and I think I'll have a chance to get an entry if we come back down with my thesis plan out. I'll get another entry to ride it back up. So that's just what I'm thinking about for the markets right now. What are you guys saying? Nikki knows, JR do. Oh, you guys are holding a whole conversation. Trade, get it. You need to keep one set. No more. Okay, so you guys have your own little conversation going on. That's cool. That's cool. But Mike Tech, I wanted to ask you something. I'll send you a DM on X. I want to ask you something about Casper. I know that's your favorite coin. I want to talk about Casper over in. I'll DM you, Mike. See what you say. You know it when you hear it. So anything GRT. Oh God, we had so much high hopes for the graph. I thought this too. Offset. Let me see if I got it up. I was in the camp that AI coins were going to run hard. You know what I was talking about? Then we'll talk about AI coins. What about gaming coins? Oh my God, who been talking about gaming for like the past 2 years? Like Alex Becker and like Elio Trades, or whatever his name is. They've been talking about gaming coins for so long. I thought game was going to do okay. It has done nothing. I hold Illuvium. I think I bought Illuvium at like $50 or $60. Illuvium is at like $14 right now. I'm down on there. I don't have too much in Illuvium, but I thought Illuvium was going to do very well. Let me look for the graph. If not, then I could just pull the chart up. Let's just pull the chart up of GRT. Binance. Let's see GRT. What is GRT looking like right now? Yeah, this was one I thought was going to do. I thought this one was going to do very well, man. I really did. Let's turn the volume profiles off. Let's go to the weekly. Let's just look at the weekly and see how terrible this chart looks. If it looks terrible. I haven't looked at this in like a long time. It looks bad. It looks bad, man. Just this looks bad. This is a weekly time frame. This looks bad. Look at this. Oh my god, this looks bad. I'm sorry if you hold the graph. This was back in the top around $2.90. Another high. End of the bull run last year. Came up to $1.30. Bear market 15 cent. I mean, we're at bear market lows. We are literally around bear market lows for the graph, man. This is just small little pump to about 50 cent. This was good. See, this was okay. And then, of course, this was probably after the election when we had a night. Yeah. But after that, see, so this was the AI wave. This when the AI narrative was starting to take off mid 2024. And then we had another run going into the election once Trump got elected. And then, I mean, this is bad. And I thought this was one that I thought was going to do well too. I really thought the graph was going to do very well, man. But AI is still the future. I think a lot of these AI coins and these AI narratives will come back, but it's not time. It's just not time, man. So, Lama, you don't remember the nightcap? Yeah, I all said I do. I remember, man. We thought AI was going to change everything, in crypto, and this hasn't done it too much when it comes to price. Decentraland is a zombie land. Decentraland, Sandbox, things like that, man. But don't get me wrong. I do think the AI narrative will come back, and I do think the metaverse will come back. I even think NFTs are going to come back. It's just not time. We early. As a technology, I just think AI is too early. AI as a technology, no, that's a tough one, Andrew. I think anything for you, FD. I mean, after all, you're the only one that was brave enough to bet. I did ban Alexandra G. I think it was like my first live stream. I banned the most amazing mod in all of crypto, and I just didn't know what to do. She was like ban the whole stream, and I'm sitting there like the whole. I think I was with Crypto Face. It might have been that one, and I'm just like, oh god, what did I do? I hoping Decentraland would do better. I was holding strong till FD told me it was time to let it go. Yeah, I told you let it go. But I also, this is my wife. Everybody say hello to Nikki, my wife. I also told her to sell her stocks in April. I think it was April when we had that. I think she has like the Nancy Pelosi portfolio app. So whatever Nancy Pelosi has, she has in her portfolio. I was like, you might as well sell. I think we're gonna go down a little bit more. We end up having a V bottom, and stocks are at all time highs now. So I don't get everything right. We will say that. So back to Andrew. Andrew said he thinks AI is too early. It depends on which part of AI. I think it depends on which part of AI. I think AI in crypto is early. I do think that. But when it comes to like real world usage, like I use AI for everything now. Sometimes I'm sitting in my room in the dark talking to AI, like, what should I do? How should I do this? How should I like it's talking to me. So in that aspect, I think AI is good. But when it comes to like crypto and AI and crypto, I think it's a little bit early. We were going off pure speculation back in the mid part of 2024 when the AI craze was going on. But I think at some point, crypto is going to be the native language when it comes to the native money language when it comes to AI. Crypto will be the currency of AI. So we'll see what happens, man. I think the I think the technology is going at a faster rate. We're just going up, 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 up. At some point, we're gonna start to peak for a minute, but I think technology is just getting better and better. And I think we got another 2 to 5 years of just massive growth, and then we'll see some sort of a curve. I think it's called like the S curve when it comes to adoption and when it comes to things being like technology. Let's see what else you guys saying. JR says 10G XRP. You get 99. Never counter trade. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is one of the goats when it comes to trading all times. She is the goat. I definitely had some 1%. I will get there for sure. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Is there anything else I want to talk about before we get out of here? Number one, make sure you come over to the Telegram, the Cool Kids Alpha Club. Link is in the pinned comments. or it's in the description. I'm gonna start being a lot more active. I was still working on my Discord. I want the Discord to be fire though. I don't want it to be like everybody else's Discord, so I've still been trying to. Sometimes, let me know if you guys get like this. If you think about something so hard and it seems so, you get so wound up in it, and you have so many ideas, and then you just end up not doing it because it just seemed like it's too, not too difficult, but it's like you can't think of a way to bring out your idea in the best way possible. So that's how I've been kind of doing with Discord. But I'm gonna just drop it. I'm gonna just release it, and then we can really get down in the community. Because I think it's better than Telegram when it comes to community. Telegram is good for just giving my thoughts and some trade setups and posts and links and things like that. But I really want to start getting really in tune with you guys. So that Discord will be coming. Anything else I want to talk about? It was one last thing. So if you are using 2bit, I think a couple people did sign up. So they have something going on where you become a lead trader and win $1 million in funded accounts. So we talked about the funded account from Breakout. So this is sort of like that. So they have like a campaign that they're starting. So you can register from September 10th to the 24th. You can register to secure your spot, and then you demo trade. And then I think maybe like the top 100 traders get 10,000 in funded accounts. And then in October, you start getting prize pool out of this $1 million prize pool. You get prizes or rewards out of this $1 million funded prize pool. So basically, if you don't know what a funded trade, or you don't know what funded trading is you just basically pass an evaluation. But in this instance, you come over here and you try to be like the top. I think you got to be like the top 100. Matter of fact, they sent me over the what you have to do. Let me just see, and then we can get up out of here. You can see all my who I'm talking to. Hey, what's up, Carl? Serena. Here we go. So this is the person I mess with over in. She's such a nice person. She's from 2bit. She lives in China. So what time is it now? I gotta reach out to her. So you can come over here, futures trading. So she spelled it out for me. Where was it at? If I can find it. So if I can find it. If not, then I'll just have to put it in the Telegram because I don't feel like looking. Okay, here we go. So how to join. This is the campaign. You register on the event page between September 10th and 24th. So we got a few more days. You got 3 more days. You'll be asked to provide your Telegram details, state your reason for applying or basically trying to get the funded account, and join 2bit's official community. Then you begin demo trading stage 1 on September 24th, and then you aim for the performance criteria to secure a top 100 spot. So basically, only 100 people will get funded. So once you qualify for the funded trading stage, you receive 500 in funded capital and progress through boosters to access up to $10,000 USDT. You meet the requirements and you keep 70% of your profits along the way. So I gotta dig a little bit deeper into it. It's free to join. So like I said, if you come over to 2bit, you sign up with that $50 free bonus, so you can just easily trade there. And then you can just come over here and just trade over on 2bit for free. And then if you become one of the first or the top 100 traders, then you'll start to get funded. They'll give you free money to trade with, and you keep 70% of the trading profits. And if you become if people copy trade you, you'll earn 20% from copy trading followers, plus affiliate rebates on every trade, triple income. So we'll do a little bit more due diligence on that, but that's something they sent over to me to let you guys know what's going on. So anytime it's free money involved, anytime it's free trading, I'm there. Like it's like, free food. Like if it's a holiday and they're like, we cooking, I'm there. Like, so this is, the equivalent of that. Free money. Like I said, I have a link in the comments or the link in the description where you can get a free $50 trade over there. And you can sign up to this where you can become a funded trader. Sign up now. You have until the 24th, so you have 4 days. So that's pretty much it. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Let's see who else we got over here. I'm about to finish watching Breaking Bad. Already building a model that works. Going on RMT. I copy trade all set. All set, all set. Low key be killing it, man. I took some trades from all set during the crypto nightcap, man. So shout out to all set. Trey Intuition Joe, Alexandra G, Retro Mike Tech, everybody who's came over. I appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you for joining me on the live stream. We'll be back probably tomorrow, but for sure every Sunday during market close, we'll be over here, talking about crypto like nobody else is talking about it on YouTube. So appreciate you all. Have a good Sunday. Be blessed, trade safe, and let's try to stay rational in these irrational markets. Peace.